In this video, we are going to talk about the most dangerous Formula 1 tracks ever. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. The Formula 1 racing series is risky. 20 of the world's top drivers race against one another in some of the world's fastest vehicles. At speeds of almost 200 miles per hour, drivers race each other just inches from disaster. The F1 circus visits more than 20 nations and 5 distinct continents. While each circuit has unique qualities, some can be more dangerous than others. Several drivers have experienced failure in Formula 1 over the sport's long history. After the infamous Imola weekend in 1994, the sport focused heavily on making vehicles safer in the 1990s. The circuits continue to present drivers with a difficult and deadly challenge despite improvements made to the car's safety. Consequently, the sport's lethality endures to this day, even with the addition of several contemporary street circuits. The 2023 F1 schedule still features several legendary venues. To obtain an advantage over their competitors, drivers push themselves to the maximum. With just one error, the driver runs the risk of losing the race. So let's examine some of the Formula 1 races held on some of the most hazardous tracks. Number 7. Imola, Italy. The illustrious Indy 500 is held at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But for the better part of a decade, the track also hosted the United States GP. The infamous United States Grand Prix of 2005 is associated with this layout. This choice was made after the F1 cars using Michelin rubber experienced tire failures on turn 13, when only 6 Bridgestone runners were present in the race. This race was won by Michael Schumacher. There was no agreement reached over changing the layout to avoid such accidents during the race after extensive talks between the FIA and the Formula 1 team. Because of Michelin's issues, the FIA did not want Bridgestone to suffer. This race serves as a constant reminder of the peril presented by oval tracks and fast corners. There are very few prospects of the 4.19 kilometers, 2.6 miles, track making a comeback on the F1 schedule. But in recent years, the sport has become incredibly popular in America. Number 6. Indianapolis GP layout, USA. The International Autodromo Enzo E. Dino Ferrari in Imola serves as a constant reminder of the risks associated with Formula 1. A few Formula 1 drivers lost their life on the track that bears Enzo Ferrari's name, the founder of the Scuderia. This covers the San Marino GP in 1994, which saw the passing of Ayrton Senna and Ronald Ratzenberger. After this accident, the course had various improvements, yet it is still difficult for drivers. The Grand Prix configuration of the track is 4.9 kilometers, 3.05 miles, long. Drivers and fans alike adore Imola for its classic attributes. The track is still quick and challenging for drivers. It made a comeback to Formula 1 in 2020 as the Emilia-Romagna GP and is scheduled for 2023. Number 5. Red Bull Ring, Austria. The Red Bull Ring, a venerable F1 track in the gorgeous Styrian Mountains, may be dangerous for drivers. With multiple long straights and fast braking areas, it is a pure power circuit where drivers will be severely penalized for any errors, although there are large gravel traps to prevent spinning automobiles from colliding with the tire barriers. One error may be quite expensive given that speeds of 200 miles per hour are frequently attained. Unsuspecting drivers have been T-boned by automobiles that have flown onto the grass in the past on the long uphill portion leading to the tight turn 2 hairpin. When Hermann Tilke was hired to redesign the Österreichring into a shorter, more contemporary race course, the track that is presently known as the Red Bull Ring was essentially developed throughout the winter of 1995. 1996. The 1996 opening of the A1 Ring saw the arrival of Formula 1 at the track the following year. While Jean Alesi had a dramatic collision when his Benetton climbed up the Ferrari of Eddie Irvine, the race was won by Jacques Villeneuve. Gerhard Berger, Alesi's teammate, used his home Grand Prix to declare his retirement from Formula One. Number 4. Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium. The circuit's undulations and challenges contribute to Spa's attractiveness as a driver and fan favorite. The most famous turn is the sweeping Eau Rouge at the start of the course, which tests a car's handling as well as its engine's power. Sadly, it has claimed lives in motor racing, and only 4 years ago, Formula 2 driver Antoine Hubert passed away there after a significant shunt. The challenging blind peak of the corner makes it more difficult, and the exhilarating blanchiment near the finish of the lap features a left-hander where a driver may reach 190 miles per hour. Prost driver Luciano Berti lost control of his vehicle and flew off the track, hitting a wall of tires and losing consciousness. Number 3. Monaco GP. Monaco is the original street circuit, and racing through a city as opposed to a normal racetrack used to present a special challenge to drivers. There are numerous sharp turns with seemingly little room between the moving cars and the barriers. A stretch of the circuit was blocked shortly after the Casino in 2000, forcing the race to be restarted. It is renowned for vehicles colliding with one another as they jostle for position early on. The track sweeps right-handed halfway through the lap, and the quickest part is through the tunnel. In 2003-2009 winner Jenson Button was disqualified from the race after a very serious crash coming out of the tunnel. Number 2. Marina Bay Street Circuit, Singapore. Because the Singapore Grand Prix is held at night, drivers must be especially vigilant on the circuit when attempting overtakes, which presents a unique challenge in and of itself. In 13 races at Singapore, there were 23 safety car periods, making it unique in that the safety car only appeared once during each race. The race is frequently too hot to be held during the day, and heat and humidity are a major concern for the drivers. It is a street circuit, similar to Monaco, but presents a very different challenge in terms of sustained speed. Number 1. Jeddah Corniche, Saudi Arabia. Even though it has only been on the F1 schedule since 2021, this track is already well known for being among the most hazardous in the sport. Cars are averaging 160 miles per hour per lap on what is known as the fastest street circuit in the world, and when combined with the narrow barriers, this track may be challenging for drivers. Many drivers have voiced their opinions about the track's potential to host F1 races, especially after Mick Schumacher was taken to the hospital after a catastrophic crash in the 2022 competition. Although modifications were made for the 2022 edition, the aggressive curb and sweeping curves with close barriers have continued to elicit harsh criticism from drivers. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.